What up, y'all? Come on in, peoples. One of these off days where I'm doing a video. You never know when I'm gonna pop up. I ain't seen y'all in about 2 weeks. You never know when I'm gonna pop up. Oh man, it's been a whole lot of stuff going on since the Dragon Spit videos and documentaries have come out. I hope y'all been peeping. I hope y'all peeped those videos. Hold on, let me try to. That might be better. What up, everybody? Who in here? Elijah, Canadian, Shano, CH, Brent Williams, Carmen Lopez, Non-X Looking. Man, y'all moving too fast. Candy Cane. What up? Gwendolyn Bonner, Frank Ocean, Kim. What up, Brandon Wolf? What up, y'all? What's going on, people? Come on up in the place. Who was that? Lawrence Douglas, Jason, Elijah. I think I got you. Cron White. What up, y'all? King Walk, appreciate you. Oh, everybody on the super chat. Who was that, man? Appreciate y'all. Who was that? Who else was that? Come on back down. And that was IMAs. Appreciate you. You been thinking about setting up that Twitter account? Get to it. Man, do y'all understand what's going on right now? Y'all don't even know. Y'all have no idea. It is a major battle for freedom, for freedom going on right now in the world, and y'all don't even know what's popping. But we're gonna talk about it today. What up, y'all? I haven't seen y'all in a minute. I was on Zoe Wet Show on Monday, so y'all might have seen me on that. And I heard the show was kind of choppy, so yeah, like Gwendolyn said, hit the like button when y'all come on up in here. Act like you know how to be in somebody's house, goddammit. Hit that like button. But yeah, it's been a little nuts, man. It's going real crazy right now. And I hope you guys are getting prepared. Who was that? Blank Mystery 82. Thank you. 2222. I see you. I see you. With the mastery numbers. So, y'all, before we get started, I want to say one more time, shout out to Bill Sauce. Schmuckatelli, this is my last bottle, y'all. I done went through 5 bottles. This is 4.5 bottles. Y'all better go and get it. Schmuckatelli. I loves it. Bill Sauce. That is, and you want to go to BEALE sauce.com because I don't think I spelled it out right last time. So Beal Sauce, BEALE sauce.com. Hook it up. Get this beat. Get your Schmuckatelli. They don't cost that much either, but they good as hell. So it's the Schmuckatelli. They got the Gunny Fire and the Sergeant Sauce. Gunny Fire is the hottest one. The Sergeant Sauce is in the middle. But they all taste bomb. And as you can see, I damn near be drinking this shit with a straw. This shit is so good. Off the chain. And shout out to Bill for hooking me up on the box next time. When I order I'm about to order another one today. So y'all get in there before me. And the other one, Total Package Energy. Both of these are melanated companies that you guys should be supporting. This is natural. This is the natural pick-me-up. And as you can see, they have both of these, the B12 and the vitamin orange chicken, as Timmy Tight Top likes to say. But this right here is the energy booster. And man, it will have you up. It is off the chain, not jittery type of up, just up. Like, yo, what can we do? Yo, is something else to do? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? But not like an antsy, just, because you're up, you're up. So one of the best things that I've seen, way better than 5 hour 5-hour energy or any of that Monster or Red Bull or any of that crap that you're taking. If you want to just not actually half, so they got pack. They come in packets. One packet is enough. If you take 2 packets of this, you're gonna be up for damn near 24 hours. That's how powerful these are. So I urge you to get out there and get it. This is Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com and hook the man up. This is Melanated Companies. Hook up the 2 melanated companies right here. These are 2 brothers trying to make it right. So hook up the brothers. All right, y'all. Man. So before we get into the headline, there's a little more dragon spit news. So I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Dr. Jane Ruby. There's an interview with Dr. Jane Ruby, and she did with Dr. Batha, or Batha, I think maybe Batha. But go check it out. If you don't, if you want to get to it fast, just go to rumble.com and type in Jane Ruby and Dr. Batha, Botha, Batha. And they broke down Dr. Batha. She was testing some of the cupcake, the pH Heiser cupcake juice, right? Cupcake. And she found, because they were doing a follow-up on homeboy, Dr. Artist, who did the video, who did the documentary we talked about last week. Watch the Water, excuse me. Watch the Water. So Dr. Ruby had him on her show. They did a follow-up because they were breaking down all this stuff, but then they were on the show with this Dr. Batha, because she was going in and testing the blood. She was testing the blood and testing samples, and the shit she found in there, because she said that she didn't know what she was looking at until she saw the Watch the Water video, and then it all made sense, because when you see that dragon spit, dragon spit kind of, when you look at it in the blood, it makes these little bubbles, like soap bubbles almost. It looks like soap bubbles, and she was seeing this in the blood of her patients and didn't know what it was. But then when they started to look at, excuse me, the dragon spit and what that looks like under a microscope, it looks exactly like the fucking same thing. She was like, oh shit. So then she took some of the pH Heiser cupcake and she took some of her own blood. And this is what I'm saying. If you go to the Dr. Ruby, Jane Ruby show, this is all on video. She has pictures and videos of this shit. So she took her own blood, right? She showed a picture of her own blood without anything. And she had healthy blood cells. Healthy blood cells, they're spread out. When you look at blood or your healthy blood cells, under a microscope, they're all spread out because they're supposed to have a negative charge, which pushes them away from each other, basically forcing them through your bloodstream, right? So if they come too close to each other, they repel each other, so they don't clump all up and move, and excuse me, and they get pushed down through your veins. Now, what dragon spit does, and we're gonna be able to talk about this I don't even got a Twitter account. I might get one. I ain't never had a Twitter shit, but I might get one now. But what dragon spit does, it basically makes your blood coagulate. That's what. So when you get bit by one, y'all know when y'all get bit by one of those, that's how the venom or the toxin reacts in the blood, right? It makes it clot. So she took the pH Heiser cupcake juice, the hokey juice, and she took her blood, and so she showed her blood, healthy blood with nothing in it. Then she took some, put it on a thing, put it on a little slab, little glass slab. What up, Tish? Put it on a glass slab, and then she put a drop of pH Heiser cupcake. Boop, she put a drop of that in there. Excuse me, and all of the blood cells started to clump together. Literally, you see her blood without it. Then literally a few minutes later, she takes a drop, she puts it on there, and all her shit starts to clump up. That's what that shit is doing in your blood. Allegedly. We gotta use the allegedly, y'all. cupcake make you cupcakes make your blood coagulate, allegedly. So she showed that in the yeah, put your cupcakes up. Yeah, she showed that in the video, which is fucking crazy, y'all. So she actually has proof now. They had a doctor, so they were trying to all the other doctors, even these doctors, the alternative doctors who know that the system, that this is a plan, that this is all planned out. Even those doctors, what they're called the frontline doctors, they're the ones who know that this is all bullshit and they've been pushing against it. They started to try to shit on homeboy, saying this is bullshit. He's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about and all this. But then this doctor came and showed under a mic. Now, even though he has all of this evidence, none of them have disproven anything that he said. He has all of these papers and evidence and reports and all of this shit. None of them disproven anything. But because it goes against their information, oh, he's crazy. He's blah, 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 blah. Right? But then this other doctor comes, Batha, she comes and does the electron microscope study or research, and she breaks down how it acts, basically the cupcake juice acts like dragon spit, and what basically dragon spit does to the blood, and it does the same thing. Shit is absolutely nuts. Then there's at the end of the video, what she's showing, because she does an interview with the dude who did Watch the Water, but then he has to leave. At the end of the video, there's a video of a serpent handler or a serpent doctor, and he basically where they get the the juice for antivenom. So they was handling the snakes. He was getting the antivenom, whatever. And so he put it in a syringe and he took it out, and he had a cup of blood, right? Just a little bit of blood that they had withdrawn, right? It may have been animal blood, but I don't know which one. I don't know which blood it was, but he had blood in a cup, and he took the syringe with the toxin, the serpent toxin, and he took a drop, just a drop, and he put it in there in the blood, and he swirled it around a little bit. Literally, like a couple of minutes later, he poured it out, and it looked like what's that shit that you see on Thanksgiving? Cranberry sauce. It looked the cranberry sauce in a can. That's exactly what it looked like. It was blood. It was in the cup, swirling around, actual blood. He put a drop of it in there. He swirled it around a little bit. A couple of minutes later, it may have been even seconds. And then he poured it out into the thing, and it looked like cranberry sauce. So now what's been happening with all of these, what they've been finding in the people? They've been pulling out these giant ass, clots. This is what this shit does. Man, if y'all haven't seen that damn documentary, go see it and then do the follow-up, because that documentary is only like 50 minutes long. He's been doing crazy interviews. Like, he has a 3-part interview where he's bringing, I forgot the platform it's on. But if you go on Rumble or BitChute, just type in Dr. Ardis, ARDIS, and some of his videos will pop up. But he got other videos. He did a 3-part video where he brought all the paperwork. He had everything, all the research he had done for the last 6-7 months. He brought all of it in, right? So that's why you got to go see, because in the documentary, he doesn't have a chance to show you all the actual physical paperwork and documentation that backs the video. But if you go and research those, and if Mamai's in here, if you got links to any of those videos, please put it in the chat. But he shows all of that, all the all the other shit that's going down. But y'all have to go watch that video. That video is crazy. And I'm sorry. Because all of the repercussions that are happening, they said that there was a report that breaks down how there have been more myocarditis. There have been more myocarditis found in young people within the last year than in any point in time in history. And there was a study that breaks down how this will affect you when you have this type of symptoms. This affects you for at least 5 years. and sometimes it actually is able to get worse if you don't take care of it. If it doesn't start to get better, it starts to get worse. You know, it doesn't like just, all right, I'm better, especially if you're not doing anything to make it better. So they were like, you in 4 to 5 years, you better watch out for cats that may be kicking a bucket down the street. So, man, it's crazy. And then also, what they broke down is in your what the dragon spit does in your body. So they're not just microdosing you with it. What it does is once you get it in your body, the myrna, that the program tells your body to make more of it. So your body becomes a factory for making dragon spit or serpent saliva. Basically, you're killing yourself. You're literally reproducing serpent saliva in your body. That's crazy. you're a factory for it. So, and then they found out there's other. It was other, just not those two serpents that I told you about. There was some from the sea snail. There was a sea snail toxin, and I forgot the other one. Maybe starfish. So they're basically poisoning niggas and calling it a boogie V. And the reason they're doing that is because obviously a toxin is way more easy to control than a boogie V. That'll get out of hand. You can't, if I release it, then how do I know I'm not going to kill myself with it? So that's some of the major stuff that they've been finding out. And so it's ongoing right now. Everybody's trying to pick up the story and do more research on it. But excuse me, right now what you got to do is get the information out, start passing that video out. And the more and more people that get hip to this shit, the more we can put pressure on these niggas, because they're trying to as we talk right now, they're constantly trying to implement more laws. Roger Roche, always doing me right, brother. They're trying to implement more hokey laws right now. It's they're trying to do it big. So like basically what they have going on right now is coming up on May 12th is the second World COVID Summit. That's coming up on May 12th. So that's when all the countries get together and decide how they gonna basically but allegedly plan the response for the next. That's what they say. They're getting together to plan the response for when this is inevitably going to happen again. Why is it inevitably going to happen again when it's never happened before? Now all of a sudden, we got a plan for 18 million of these motherfuckers. It ain't never happened before, but now it happened one time. Y'all niggas better be prepared for more of these. We about to be releasing these motherfuckers every other month now, nigga. Just like a motherfucking CD. just like a song off a CD. Y'all better get ready. So this lets you know the plan. So I think people can go to this too. It's a virtual, it's online. So I think you may be able to attend because it's online. And then they have something coming down the pipe. The new invention they got is the new breathalyzer that tests you for the boogie V. Did y'all hear about that? It's a breathalyzer. You blow into it, and it tells you if you have the boogie V. And so they said if it's accurate up to like 99% if you don't have it. And it's not, now if it does say you do have it, that doesn't actually mean that you have it. It just says that you probably want to go and follow up. But if you don't have it, it's 99%. They say is 99% accurate. But you know how that shit go. So it's the new CV breathalyzer. These niggas, they are implementing this. They're trying to make this your everyday part of life now, because this is how they intend to control everything. Every time some shit comes down the line that they want to control, they're going to put the COV, they're going to put that in front of it and say, oh, we're trying to save lives. And then boom, it comes down the line. But as you can just see, what just happened? I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all niggas was shitting on Trump, but y'all really didn't see what the fuck Trump did. Trump did way more for niggas than Obama did. Do y'all know that shit? Now, is Trump a racist? Probably so. Who gives fuck all in what the fuck did he do though? Fuck all the what the fuck did he do? He made sentences lighter for niggas in jail when Obama could have did that shit a long time ago. Trump did that shit. But what he really did that helped you niggas and that helped everybody is he stacked the court system with the judges who are against the one world order. That's important because the mask mandate just got taken off in America because of one of the judges Trump put on the court on the court. It was one of Trump's judges that wiped away with the mandate. So basically said that the CDC, the they stepped out of their bounds. They don't have the right to create law and policy. They're only supposed to evaluate and then give suggestions to the government, to the president. Really, that's all they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to have the power to implement shit. That ain't what they do. You ain't supposed to have no power over people. Absolutely not. Beverly Briscoe, thank you. Appreciate you. You said check out Rod Hayes. For sure. But this is how they trying to get you. So who was that? Preston Davis. Orlando, Florida. I couldn't get it. I couldn't read it all the way. But appreciate the super chats, everybody. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Damn, what was I just talking about? God dog it. Because I was about to add a point. What was I just talking about? Oh, Trump on the judges. So Trump put in like 300 judges, something like that, on the courts. So what's going on right now? There's a fight. So now that the federal judge ruled against it, the CDC or the cat, basically the Justice Department. It's not the cat, the Justice Department, who's basically the law arm for the government. They're the ones who do all the fighting, excuse me, in court if the government has something going down. What they're doing is they're appealing it. Now, did they say, now the reason they're appealing, this is fucked up. The reason they said they're appealing it is not because they believe that you should still be wearing masks. That's not why they're doing it. They said they're appealing it because they want to preserve the CDC's power to basically tell people what to do in times of pandemics. Basically, so we can still maintain our power over your freedom. Our control over your freedom. That's very important for us. So if some shit go down, we need to be able to implement policy without some fuckery coming back on us. So they're pushing against it. They're appealing the case. Now, will it get appealed? Oh, Candy Cane 1, appreciate you. Will it get appealed? It might be, because those might be some World Economic Forum judges up there on the higher level. But I don't think so, because you still got 6 Republicans on the Supreme Court. You still got 6 Republicans on the Supreme Court. So, and they're the ones who did away with Biden's last mandate, his hokey juice mandate. So if this goes up there again, he don't have a good record with the Supreme Court. So this is probably going to get shot down again. But it might not. But if it does, I'm telling y'all, man, but y'all didn't see the behind the scenes battles that was going on. These Democrats, they were trying to stack the whole system so that anything that they do, they can push through the system. The cats that Trump put in place, probably racist, probably all of that, but they're libertarians. They're about the Constitution. they're about keeping the freedom. Why? Because that helps them, but it also helps you. So if they doing it for selfish reasons, whatever, it helps your ass. You the one need to start learning the goddamn law so you can do this yourself and stop waiting on Caucasian people and billionaires to fucking save you from to save your damn rights. It's fucking ridiculous. But that's what happened right now. So the mask mandate's taken down because of that judge, your boy Orangutan, the Orangutan Avenger. He put on the stand, or put on the bench. So you got to give that nigga a shout out for that one. I'll tell you that right now. Because if you niggas ain't wearing masks on the plane no more, or on on buses and transportation, then that's because of Orangutan Avenger. Now, did y'all hear about this group called Libs of TikTok? It was a group. There's a group, or actually, it's just a lady. I think she has a channel on Twitter called Libs of TikTok, because on TikTok, which is probably the biggest platform right now, TikTok and Snapchat are probably the two biggest platforms that people are on. So on TikTok, a lot of the liberals, these young woke alphabet community people, they be going on there and exposing themselves. They just go on there and they leave videos talking about what they're teaching your kids in school, and how, oh, today was such a great day. We had, we talked about gender fluidity, and how there's no genders, and how when when you're born at birth, your parents make a determination off of who you are based off of your genitals, but that's wrong. They talking all that. I mean, they saying all this shit. The determination based on who you are based off your genitals is wrong. What they said. They're teaching this to your kids. Mike Swagger, what up, bro? They teaching this to your kids. And so what Libs of TikTok do, they don't say nothing about it. They don't really put any commentary. All they do is just go grab the video and put it all in one place so that they shit can be exposed. That bullshit they pushing can be exposed. Just like they told you in Disney. See some of and what's going down in Disney right now. How they took Disney's charter. Basically, Disney was basically a sovereign country, if y'all didn't know, on Native American land, which is some fuckery right there, right off the jump. How the fuck you gonna be sovereign on Native American sovereign land? But they did that because it was a business deal, because they was bringing so much money into Florida. They gave them niggas complete autonomy, no taxes. What? You niggas ain't gotta pay taxes? Wait a minute. And you get to be a sovereign country with your own government and laws and every fucking thing. So Disney though, so now Disney used to be, didn't used to touch, political shit or, things with sexuality or anything like that. But now, because of this the whole woke movement, I hate to fucking call it woke because they stole our shit. They stole our word, in the conscious community for people who are asleep and dead and don't know anything and are not conscious to the vibrations of the universe. They took that and made it a goddamn political phrase. This is how Caucasians do all the time. They'll take our shit and co-opt it, which means take it over and use it for their own good. So now, and I blame Donald Glover for this shit. Donald Glover and Margaret Landrum, appreciate you. I blame Donald Glover and what's your boy, the nigga who did the Get Out movie, because that's where it got famous because Donald Glover's Redbone was playing in that movie so much. They got the woke word became famous because that movie became such a big hit. So fuck Donald Glover and and Peele. But so they'll take this woke movement, and so what happens is in Disney, these high ups officials were talking in a behind the scenes interview. I think I talked about this before. How they were implanting LGBT shit in all the TV shows and everything. They were like, oh yeah, I was putting queer things over here and queer that, and made two guys that had them kissing over here and nobody was stopping me. And I was like, oh my god, what she say? My not so secret gay agenda. That's what she said, my not so secret gay agenda. I mean, I have a gay agenda to make you motherfuckers to push this shit out into the world onto you motherfuckers. Even though you may not be, we know that motherfucking less than about 80 something percent of people are actually heterosexual or who identify as heterosexual. So that small community that you're trying to push this to, what are you trying to do? You're trying to push this and create an environment for this idealism, so that you'll increase this. You don't have to push this to be tolerant. People can be tolerant without you trying to push this to make more people like you. You don't have to make more people like you to make people tolerant. So this is the fuckery with Disney and Ron DeSantis and them down in Florida. They motherfuckers say, hey nigga, what? You gonna go against You going against the legislation? Because the bill they got down there, they call it Not Say Gay bill, but it's just the parental guidance bill. Basically, it allows the parents to teach their own children about sexuality up until the ages of 8 and 9, which is crazy. It should be up to the fucking ages when they start puberty. Really, when they start to be sexuals, then start to try to understand who they are. Then you can talk about all of the other bullshit. But really, kids should be learning about, sexuality in school at that age. They should be learning about the earth, how the earth works, your body, how your body works, food, how food works on your body, how you're connected to everything. All of these things should be learned before you fucking understand what your sexuality fucking is. All of that bullshit. You need to be understanding who you are as a being in the universe and on this planet first before you even trying to get into the rest of that shit. But no, this one girl talking about she teaching kids masturbation at fucking 6 years old. Because what the fuck did you say? There's a video on there where this teacher is talking about teaching your kids how to masturbate at 5 and 6. Do y'all see where this shit is going when y'all don't motherfucking get involved and y'all allow the system just to run your lives because you're sitting back and you're so apathetic to shit and you're used to convenience and everybody doing the shit for you? You allow these people to turn your kids into some shit. And did y'all know that these kids, if they express that they feel like they're another gender, the law states that they can motherfucking change, the school can go and help them change their gender without your motherfucking approval, without you even knowing about it. They can start giving your kids motherfucking hormones without your fucking consent. This is some straight bullshit, y'all. Y'all better see where this shit is going. But so that's the libs of TikTok. They were pushing that on there, and basically the teachers was on there. They were in there talking about, oh, we gave our kids pronoun pins. Pronoun pins, bitch. Somebody slap shit out that bitch. Don't be giving my fucking kid no goddamn pronoun pen, bitch. The fuck is wrong with you? So y'all better get involved in your kids' lives. Period. Y'all don't have the time to be sitting back and hoping that the school system is running your kids' lives correctly or teaching your kids correctly, because they're not. They're indoctrinating your kids. But what they're letting into the system now, the way they're indoctrinating your kids, is pushing this to a whole new fuckery idealism of, of this, the agenda is what I like to call it. And it's actually called the Gay Agenda. There's somebody who put it out in 1987. It was a manifesto that came out called the Gay Agenda. Go look it up. There's a video of this dude breaking it all down, talking about, who was that? The Jughead. Appreciate you. There's a video talking about this gay dude talking about how they were going to infiltrate all societies, all aspects of life and government and all this and that and corporations and everything. And then once they got in there, start implementing their policies in order to change society in America. They said this. This is 1987. That shit is working. Y'all better get to work, goddammit. Fuck this shit. And let's see. So, real quick, did y'all see the Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy? Have y'all seen that? Y'all haven't. Y'all gotta go watch this movie. Shout out to Eddie Murphy, breaking shit down way back then. Distinguished Gentleman. Y'all have got to see this movie right here. This is 30 years old, y'all. 1992. That movie is 30 fucking years old. But the reason you gotta see it is because there was a Alabama Congressman, Mo Brooks. He was caught doing a speech to his constituents, and this nigga broke down how Washington runs. He broke down the whole game. That nigga broke down the whole game. He said, the reason shit don't get done in Hollywood is because special interest groups run everything. And so once people who get elected, they come in with all these big lofty ideas, and then they see how the system is run once they get in there. They see how the system is run when they get in. And they're like, oh shit. so you got to basically there's a literally a system of how shit get done. If you don't get to this position when you're in Congress, you can't get anything done. And one of those things are being on committees. And the biggest position is being chair of the committee, right? So he talked about how to be chair of the committee, it costs you $1 million. You have to pay $1 million to whoever, I don't know, who you paying that $1 million to? But you got to pay $1 million to be chair of one of those committees, because the chair gets to decide on every. Basically, they get to do everything as far as policy. All the policy has to go through them. They get to decide what goes in the bills and what takes out the bill. All of that. You run every fucking thing, right? So $1 million fucking dollars. This nigga said this shit. Congressman Mo Brooks. Hey, the video is on Breaking Points from last week. So go look it up. Go look the video up where he's breaking this shit, where he's talking this shit off. It's on Breaking Points YouTube channel from last week. So he says, yeah, you got to take $1 million. Then what'll happen is a special interest group will come in, somebody like Big Oil or Big Pharma or somebody, and say, hey, I see you trying to get that chair position. How about I give you 500 grand? I give you 500 for the chair position, but you got to do this, and this for me. And what you gonna do? Most of these niggas take the money, and then they got to turn back around, and they got to pay the piper back. Was that Margaret Landrum again? Appreciate you. Thank you. So they got to pay the piper back again. So that means, whatever you need, that get way pushed on the back burner. I got to pay this 500 grand back to this nigga. Or he may expose that he gave me 500 grand. So this is how that shit goes down, which is why nothing ever gets done. And then he said, it's not. And then he said the misconception is that you bought the seat. You didn't buy that seat. You only renting it for 2 years. Because after 2 years, you got to pay another $1 million to get back to that chair shit. So this is how this shit is going. Nothing in Washington, D.C. is real or legal. Everything is corrupt and fucked up. And this is Congressman breaking it down. Now, the reason you got to watch Distinguished Gentleman is because Eddie Murphy broke this shit down 30 fucking years ago. 30 damn years ago in Distinguished Gentleman, when Eddie Murphy, he broke down how easy it is to get elected when your name is like an old incumbent's name. So he had the same name as an old dude who was a senator or congressman for like 20, 30 years. And so when that nigga died, he ran on that nigga's name and got elected. I don't want to tell y'all the story, but I gotta break some stuff down so I can get to my point. So, but in there, after he got elected, when you get elected as a congressman, they hold a congressman dinner, right? And so when you go there and they invite, all the, big celebs and all this and that, but really what they invite is corporate CEOs, and that's the congressman. All the politicians are there. And so in the movie, the guy gets up to the podium. He goes, "This is true." He said, "Everybody look around." He said, "And make sure you get acquainted with all these people, because you're going to be needing them. You're going to be needing them really. You're going to be needing them a lot for your next campaign, which is in less than 2 years. They just got elected." So he's like, "Look, y'all niggas need to be start thinking about your next campaign, your next money, right?" So all these heads of corporation and shit was in there. And then this nigga said, "This is real, true checks and balances in Washington D.C. Politics and finance." This nigga said, "This is the real true checks and balances of Hollywood." Of Washington D.C. was the politicians and finance coming together. That's the checks and balances. Oh man, who was that? Ronald Yuan Humphrey. Appreciate you. So that's the true checks and balances. And so when Eddie Murphy gets into the thing, he gets around the table. Roderick Roach, man, appreciate you. Distinguished Gentleman. So he gets around the table and he starts taking cards from people. And the dude goes, "Yeah, this is I'm such and such alcohol industry. Well, yeah, I'm such and such asbestos. We do asbestos." Then he said, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm tobacco." And so this nigga, tobacco, alcohol, asbestos, this nigga's taking all these cards, and he was like, "Look, you're going to need to get in good with these cats, because these are going to be the people funding your shit, right?" So that's that part of the dinner. The whole thing, the whole movie breaks down all of Washington D.C. It's actually one of Eddie Murphy's best movies as far as the content of what's in the movie is content, killing it. So when they go to a dinner with one of his aides, the aide is at the dinner and he's going, so he says, I forgot his name was Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson something, right? Whatever. So he's asking him, he says, we need to make some decisions here. So he says, now I need to know if you're for the new malpractice bill. And then Eddie goes, I don't know. He's like, well, what do you think, Terry? And he says, well, it doesn't matter to me. He says, if you're for the malpractice, it was a bill to stop frivolous malpractice suits, right? So he says, it don't matter to me what you pick. If you're for the bill, then I got money from the doctors and insurance companies. If you're against, I got money from I got money from the politicians and blah blah blah. He says, so I got money coming from you from both sides. And then he goes, you pick, Terry. And he says, how about against? He's like, just arbitrarily picking shit. Shalon Hubbard, appreciate you. Just arbitrarily picking what side and they gonna vote on and shit. This nigga went in there and he voted on some shit and he just like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And he picked like that. Telling you, go watch that movie. It is a breakdown, a real true breakdown of how Hollywood, I keep saying Hollywood, because they basically are actors. That's why I keep saying that shit. But Washington, D.C., how that shit is run, please, please, please go check out that shit. Now, did y'all hear about the Pegasus spyware? Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'll get to the Pegasus spyware in a second. Let's break down Elon. I want to break down Elon real quick. Because there's a lot of shit. Y'all done heard by now. This nigga done bought Twitter. Nobody thought he was going to do it. Then he finally got it. Now everybody's like, what's the alternative? Why is that nigga buying Twitter? He a billionaire. He great. You can't trust no billionaires for nothing. Woo, these billionaires, blah, 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 the boo, boo, nigga, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, y'all don't know shit about this nigga. Willard Montgomery, appreciate you. Man, all the Twitter, all the super chats, man. I appreciate you guys today. So everybody started shitting on Elon, right? After he bought it. Now, most people don't know nothing about Elon. Elon has never exhibited that he has done anything foul as far in the public at all, ever. Motherfucker gives billions of dollars to shit. The ACLU, he the biggest donor to the ACLU. The biggest donor, right? Motherfucking the biggest taxpayer. He's the biggest taxpayer in the country. This motherfucker paid $3 billion in taxes last year. Didn't try to get out of it, because that's what most people do. And I give you an example. As opposed to Amazon, who don't pay no taxes. They actually get money back from the government, like $100 million back from the government from whatever they got going as far as taxes. But Elon Musk paid $3 billion. He was like, fuck, I ain't gonna get out of shit. What I owe? $3 billion? Here, nigga. He paid $3 billion. So the reason this shit is so important is because there is a war for your freedom, on your freedom right now. It is a war on your freedom. And this nigga Elon Musk, no matter whatever you think about the nigga, he is a free speech absolutist. He's always exhibited that shit throughout his whole damn history. And everybody's like, well, he trying to buy Twitter because he gonna link it with the Neuralink, and then that's gonna be getting your thoughts. And nigga, that's the dumbest shit ever. He don't have to link up with your Neuralink to get your thoughts. Your thoughts are public. What the fuck do he need to learn Neuralink to get your damn your tweets for when your tweets are public? He can just literally go on and download all your tweets. That makes no sense, what y'all talking about, or that argument, whoever had that argument. But what this shit is about is y'all don't understand BlackRock, Vanguard, Morgan Stanley, and the Saudi Arabian government, all those four were the biggest owners of Twitter. Trying to keep speech back. And as we all know, Dr. Fauci's daughter is one of the programmers, the algorithmic programmers at Twitter. So y'all understand, Twitter was the tool that the government was using to suppress your goddamn speech. Because Twitter is, like he said, the de facto town hall or whatever it is. So if I can control that, and people say, well, nobody's on Twitter anymore. There's only like 190 million or 200 million people on Twitter, as opposed to a billion over here on Facebook, and or 2 billion on Facebook, and close to a billion on Snapchat. Excuse me, close to a billion on Snapchat. But what most people don't understand is 70% of the news cycle, that anything that's pushed in the news in the world today, 70% of it comes from Twitter. So that means it pushes the narrative in the world, but especially America. It pushes the narrative. So, but then why is that so important? Because a lot of times how it pushes the narrative is through fake outrage. On Twitter, out of those 200 million people that are on Twitter, there's like 60 million of them, or close to, maybe like even more, that are all bots. Fake accounts, which they'll get to when they try to campaign against somebody, do a cancellation campaign against somebody, they'll push all these bots towards a motherfucking campaign, or to get it to say whatever it wants to say, or to down somebody, or whatever it wants to do. They just can program these bots to do that shit, and it looks like all this outrage is coming towards somebody, but it's fake ass bullshit. So people started to recognize that a long time ago. That's why a lot of people started to fall off of Twitter. They were like, this is absolute bullshit. So even people who had like crazy, like Justin Bieber, who has like 100 and something million subscribers, this nigga ain't tweeted he tweeted once in the last year or two. Like, nobody's using this shit because you can't say anything. The baby Biden story with the laptop, that came out right before the election, and Twitter suppressed that shit. So if they weren't able to suppress it, if they hadn't, if they weren't linked up with the government and they didn't suppress that, you think Biden would have got elected? Fuck no. And if y'all haven't seen them damn videos of baby Biden that's on the fucking, nigga, baby Biden is crazy. This nigga's in the bed with a hoe, with a hoe smoking crack. Talking about how he got his dad, he making all this crazy cash over in Whoop in China and Ukraine. He said, I'm making $1 gazillion. He said, yeah, I get to talk to my dad. He's saying all of this shit. Then there's a dude who made a video of Biden in the 90s talking about crack and how he wanted to put niggas away for selling crack. Right? So they did a split screen. This is dope. They did a split screen of Biden's his speech to Congress in the House of Representatives. He did the speech to Congress, and they put a split screen as he was talking about crack. It's the smallest thing. It's just detrimental. It's detrimental to society. And as he's saying that, on the side of the screen, baby Biden has got the crack pipe like but they got baby Biden facing him. So it looks like he looking at his daddy talk this speech as he's smoking. That shit is hilarious. Nigga, I'm telling you, it is fucking funny. So Twitter is that powerful. Twitter is the voice that locks up people. No matter whatever other thing you're on. Like TikTok and Snapchat has more users because they're young ass people who don't give a shit about how the world is run, really. They just want to talk their shit, do crazy ass videos. The serious people are on Twitter making the world move. And that's why this shit was important. Now, this nigga comes out, he says, I want to buy Twitter for free speech, right? For free, I'm a believer in freedom of speech, right? So, absolute free speech. And he said, I hope all y'all niggas who hate me and be talking shit about me, don't leave. Don't leave, nigga. Keep talking shit. That's what this shit is about. But then you got people coming out saying, what's the direct quote? They said, because I want to make sure I get this right. Democracy, excuse me. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Less free speech is what's best for democracy. This is what they're saying. This is what these Democratic niggas are saying. Go look up all the channels. These niggas, they went crazy yesterday when this nigga bought Twitter. They lost their fucking mind. Steve, appreciate you. Man, all the love today on the super chat. I appreciate y'all. But they lost their damn mind. Now, you got to start thinking, why in the fuck would Democrats, who's supposed to be these vegan eating, fucking, eco loving, ecosystem loving motherfuckers, why are they shitting on the biggest man on the man who's the biggest eco warrior, in the damn world? This nigga he has an electric car company. Basically, he has contributed to the decreased carbon dioxide in the air more than any individual person in history. This man right here. He's one of the biggest philanthropists ever. So why the fuck are you trying to silence this nigga? Biggest donator to the ACLU and all this and that. So why are you talking crazy? Why are y'all tripping on this nigga? He sent satellites to Ukraine so they could have internet. So this nigga be doing all of this shit. But as soon as this nigga want to buy Twitter, oh, he's an evil billionaire, the evil billionaire. The evil billionaire shit comes out crazy because that's the only thing they can try to label him as, even though they don't have any goddamn proof of that shit. No proof, but because this nigga want to allow people to say what they want to say, man, the NCAA talking don't allow hate speech back on the Twitter, y'all. We can't allow hate speech. We can't do this. What is it? The Southern Public Law, whatever the fuck them niggas are called. I forgot their name. The Southern Law something. They came out and said something. The ACLU, even the ACLU, who he's their biggest donor, came out and tried to say to try to monitor speech. When you got the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, out here talking about you need to police free speech, you know some fuckery is going on. Freedom of speech is in the very First Amendment. The very first goddamn amendment. Why? Because it's the most important thing. If I can't speak out about what the fuck is going wrong, then nothing will change. You're allowed to do whatever the hell you want to do to me if I can't speak out about it, if I can't speak up. Y'all heard the damn phrase, closed mouth don't get fed. So let's just shut up everybody's mouths. That's the Democratic people's strategy, or the liberals, or whoever, the globalists. I call them the globalists because it ain't democratic. It's the globalists. It's really a globalist plan. Has nothing to do with the party. They're trying to move this global system to the one world order. So this is part of the plan. They got to shut your speech up because they know that everything they're doing is Swiss cheese times 20. And if you allowed to talk against it, then you'll take it down. Everybody will see that this is all bullshit. So we can't allow you to say nothing against it. Right? So let's take all these niggas out. Now Farrakhan can come back on Twitter, y'all. Did y'all even know that? Farrakhan can come back on Twitter now. Come on, Farrakhan, where you at, nigga? Come on, Farrakhan, come on back. But so this is the battle they have going right now on freedom of speech. This is the first pillar in taking out your freedoms. If I can shut you up, then I can take anything from you because you can't speak out about it. If I come and I'm jacking you in your house, give me that shit, nigga. And you shut up, nigga. Shut up. And I'm gutting you. You do it. You can't. How you gonna get saved? And I'm just gut punching you. Bow, bow, bow. You ain't getting saved. So that's how that shit works. They are trying to take you out. So, but I want to talk about what is free speech. What is it? Because a lot of people are getting fucked up by it right now. People believe free speech. People believe you can smack a nigga in the face for talking shit, as Will Smith did. But what is free speech? And what is freedom versus liberty? What is freedom versus liberty? You guys need to get a Black's Law dictionary. So freedom is the power to exert one's will. Excuse me, the power to exert one's will unencumbered by anything. Nothing holding you back. That's what freedom is. I can do what the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, how I want to do it. Period. Now, liberty is freedom with constraints, with boundaries. You can go here, but not there. You can go there, but not there. Right? And also, the word liberty, it goes back to the Roman word for a freed slave. As you guys have seen if you watch the 40 Acres and a Fool video, I break that down in there. Liberty, it was Liberti, right? T-I, shout out. But it was Liberti, liberty. That's the way they spelled it. But it means a person who was a slave but is now free, but you still have some boundaries. You ain't fully free. You can do some things now, little nigga, but you can't do everything. Not like the person who was always born free. You don't have those powers. You only got these powers. So when they're talking about what they're talking about now, limiting your speech is true liberty. Because they're talking, well, you can't say anything if it hurts, if you're gonna hurt someone and this and that. Where the fuck is that? That ain't got nothing to do with free speech. I'm not responsible for your feelings. I want y'all to understand that. And that's anybody, anywhere in the fucking world. I'm not responsible for your feelings. I'm responsible for what I say and when energy comes back on that and when energy comes back on me from that. But I am not responsible for your feelings. You are. Because you know why? You can't tell me what the fuck to say. You can only, and you can't control what I say. You can only control how you take it. That's all you can do. And I can only hurt you with your goddamn consent. If I call you something, it only hurts you if you identify with it and believe that I called and believe that you're that. Or you got a little inkling in here that I might be right. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you niggas can say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't give a fuck. Nigga. I don't give a fuck. As long as you don't touch me. That period. You can say whatever the hell you want about me. I don't care. I'm not that dude. I ain't no emotional nigga like that. I ain't sensitive. Whatever, nigga. That's what you think. I know who the fuck I am. I'm God. You ain't gonna stop me from being God because you talking shit. Period. So freedom of speech right now is again up for grabs. And it's not really, but it is because you don't fight for it. Nobody was fighting for it. And we lost it because we let corporations take control of it. Because the government can't control your speech, right? But if they can control the corporations that control your speech, then that is a way around the Constitution. You got to understand, they've been trying to find a way around your rights, your constitutional rights for the longest time. And they had to let these corporations get big enough so that we can be dependent on them. So that then the government can control these corporations, thereby controlling us. This social media got us on the fuckery because now we can't do shit without it. You can't do shit without a social media platform. Why? Because you got to be connected to everybody in the world. Well, nigga, you got to abide by the community guidelines, right? I mean, you can't say nothing about this. You can't say nothing about that. You better not say nothing about this. If you say something about this, nigga, I'm coming to your motherfucking house and kill you in your sleep, nigga. So this is how that shit goes. So freedom of speech, free speech, or freedom and liberty are not the same things, right? And you get freedom or liberty in a democracy. And so what is democracy? We live in a republic, just so in case you guys know, we are in a republic. Republic is the difference between a republic and democracy. Republic is and when the people elect their representatives to do what they want. And I know that may seem like that's what you're in, but that's not, because a democrat and in a republic, everyone's ideas matter. You know, whatever you feel, that matters. And I'll give you an example of a republic being an example of a pure republic would be something called consensus, right? Consensus is when if nobody agrees, then we don't come to an end or a conclusion till everyone feels like they've gotten what they feel they should get, right? That's called consensus. An example of that would be the jury, right? So in a jury, when you go and you deliberate, if everybody on the jury don't agree, if one nigga say nah, then there's a hung jury. That's the representation of a republic. What you live in right now is a democracy, right? Where that's called mob rule. right? Democracy is mob rule, where 51% tell 49% what to do. That ain't cool. So just because you got 1 more percent of a nigga over there, then my whole rights and everything that that I desire don't mean shit. No, that's not how the world's supposed to work. That's not how this government is really supposed to work, but they've turned it in from a republic into a democracy. Again, so mob rule. And then they've created, now within the mob rule, they've created tiny mobs to rule the shit. One of which is the woke mob. This is what they fucking with you with, is that woke mob. And they're they're pushing this shit up and all over the goddamn place. Right? This woke mob. And so when you get on Twitter and the woke mob creates these bots to attack you, they create these bots to attack you. And there was a lady who said when she, back in the day, she went on a tour to Twitter. And the head of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, told her that all the outrage you see on the internet that comes from Twitter is only from 2% of the users on Twitter. 80% of the outrage comes from 2% of the people on Twitter. Meaning it's fake, it's bullshit. But it's a way, again, to control the narrative if the corporations think, because corporations ain't checking this shit. They don't know if these are real voices or not. So if a corporation sees that there's major pushback from the medium that represents the public voice, which is Twitter, they're gonna be like, oh shit, nigga, we need to do something about this. Fire this person, fire that person, fire this person, batten down the hatches. Oh, I'm sorry, LGBTQ. I'm an ally, baby. I love y'all, baby. Come on, I got a dress back in the closet, back in the house. They start coming out the woodwork with bullshit, right? So this is how the fuckery goes down. Y'all need to get, excuse me, y'all need to get with understanding and learning your rights, because this is the only thing that's going to keep these niggas from taking this shit from y'all. I'm sorry, I'll be preaching this shit to y'all, but I ain't gonna stop until y'all learn the rules to the game, because then when you do learn the rules to the game, you be like, oh shit, nigga, goddamn, this is how easy it was. Oh, nigga. Seriously. People who are in the Know Your Rights Foundation law classes, they think they talk like that. They be like, oh, nigga, this shit is easy, way easier than I thought. And it is. But if you don't know them, they will come for your shit. So, again, shout out to Elon for buying Twitter and setting the shit right, because this is how the universe balances things out. They were trying to create this giant imbalance and come for everybody, come for your lives, basically your rights, your lives, everything. And the universe was like, nah, homie, we can't, you're not gonna just do it like that. All right, if you gonna have all of that over here, I'm going to create this over here. And all of y'all think, y'all be talking about Elon Musk is, he got ulterior motives and all this and that type of shit, man. And who runs Elon Musk and all this, and ain't nobody, man, y'all gotta do your research on Elon. Elon is pretty much, is just a self-made nigga. Seriously. Did nobody give this nigga no money? He made all of his money on his own. This nigga started when he was a kid, as a teenager. This nigga was coding. He was coding computers. Started Zip2 when he was a teenager for $15,000, which he only had $2,000, and his other homies put in the rest. They started Zip2. They sold that. They sold that for $300 million. They sold Zip2. No, so before that though, before they sold it, Zip2 got another round of funding for $200,000, right? So called an angel investment round. They got $200,000, 20,000 of which only was from his dad. So basically, his dad only invested $20,000 in this nigga's whole life, his whole career. And that's it. And he didn't even need that 20,000 because the company was doing so good, they was gonna get the money anyway. The dad was just trying to get in on the spoils. So that's how this nigga made his money. Then sold the company for $300 million. Took that money. Excuse me. He made $22 million off of that. Took that money, went and invested in SpaceX. Then made money in SpaceX. Then went and invested in Tesla. And that's how he just do it. He just go invest in business, make the business big, and then reinvest that money into something else. That's how that nigga made his money. But this nigga's unpredictable, which is why they don't fuck with the nigga. The nigga's unpredictable. He just do whatever. So when you start to see them niggas talk about that more moderation and less liberty and less freedom of speech is good for democracy, then you know it is absolute bullshit. And so everybody who's been off of Twitter, go get on Twitter, start mashing out, because they said it's gonna take 6 months for this nigga to take over the company. Twitter is already changed. All these people who were taken off of Twitter, they let them back on yesterday. Yesterday, they let all these people who were canceled from Twitter. If you've been canceled from Twitter, go and challenge it. Do the challenge. All you gotta do, because there's a little button that says if you want to challenge this suspension, just push this. All you gotta do is do that now. They're letting everybody back on the goddamn platform, because what they're doing, they know Elon is gonna come in 6 months and fucking do a sweep of the whole company. And if this nigga finds out that, because he's been saying the algorithm has been shadow banning people for the whole time. So what they're doing is they cleaning up the house before daddy get there. You know how you've been having a party and fucking up and jumping on the couches and throwing shit and peeing in the fucking floor and all this and that. And then you be like, oh shit, daddy coming? Oh shit, nigga. They start cleaning up the shit, nigga. They start cleaning up. They started what you call these liberals. This is how you know these are bots on here. A lot of liberals yesterday, and I don't even like to talk about in terms of parties, but a lot of liberals, a lot of people on the Democratic side, they lost thousands of subscribers at once. Like, one person said, I lost 10,000 subscribers a day. He's like, what did I do? He's like, what did I say? And another person lost 5,000 subscribers. Another person lost 7,000 subscribers. That's because they were bots. And Twitter is going in and starting to clean up the platform before Elon come in and say, oh, you niggas been doing this shit. See, this is exactly what the fuck I said. I knew y'all was shadow banning motherfuckers. I knew y'all was doing this. I knew y'all was doing that. So them niggas is like, hey, everybody, clean up. Before this nigga get in there, everybody clean up. That's what happened. That's what's happening right now. So if you've been banned off Twitter, get your ass back on right now. And excuse me. So again, shout out to that. So I want to know if you guys heard about the Pegasus spyware that just came out. I just want to do a quick one about this because a lot of people don't know about this. This was created by the Israeli government, a company or a company. It's really the Israeli government, but they say a company in Israel. But it's called Pegasus spyware. And it allows governments to take over your phone, to spy on your phone. Governments to spy on your phone. The software costs like millions of dollars. They only sell it to governments, pretty much. And like big ass corporations probably who can afford it. But it's called Pegasus spyware, and it takes over your phone. They can take over your face. I mean, they can do everything. Download everything that's on your phone, FaceTime you, can do anything. They can they own your phone. Now, what happens is this is why it's so important, because Pegasus is the name of it internationally, right? The FBI, they bought a version of it called, what was that? That shit is called what is the FBI's version? Oh no, the FBI's version is, what is that shit? Phantom. So the FBI has a version called Phantom, and that they bought from this same company who created Pegasus. Oh, John Johnson, appreciate you, brother. So the FBI now has software that's literally like the Pegasus software, where they can spy on your phone. And what's so important about it is because it can break through all of the security blocks that the phone companies put up to stop them from doing it. It can just and get into your phone, no matter what security you have on the phone. Now, the FBI has this, so I just want y'all to be careful about what y'all say, about what y'all post, what y'all keep on your phone. Oh, Celeste Hill, thank you so much. Yeah, what you say? There you go. Say just put it in there. There was a link or Brian just put that in there. I think there's a link to let you know about what Pegasus. So, be careful, you guys. they're coming for your rights, right? This is the most pivotal time as far as freedoms right now, because you have tech corporations who have the technology now to be able to take your rights. They didn't have that before. Now they have it. And so they like, oh, ain't nothing gonna stop us from snatching these niggas' rights. Only you can do that by knowing what they're doing and knowing your rights first, and then knowing how they're taking your rights. Because this shit is coming. You think this is gonna stop? It ain't. They not gonna stop till you motherfucking your cattle rolling down the street. SC, appreciate you. And who else is that? Hotspot was the Hotspot Casino. Appreciate it. I like that. They not gonna stop. So unless you guys get together and start waking up together, niggas ain't got a shot. And the thing is, I want to real quick also about the freedom of speech, the Twitter thing. This is let you know. I want to go back to that real quick. This lets you know how fucked up or how scared they are, because the government was allowing these tech companies to do whatever the hell they want, cancel you and all this and that, because there's a law called Section 230 that allows these tech companies to have immunity. Lisa McKellen, thank you. It allows these tech companies to have immunity. So if they cancel you or if they do anything wrong to you or this and that, if it's in line with keeping the the guidelines or policy or whatever it is, they're immune. You can't do anything to a tech company from taking you off or deleting all of that shit. You can't do anything. So now that's in place right now, since Elon went and bought Twitter. Yesterday, these niggas like, oh yeah, we gotta amend 230, y'all. Shit, goddamn, 230. We've been saying for the longest 230 is the wrong law, but now we gotta start amending it, baby. These niggas is crazy. As soon as Elon buy Twitter, now we gotta fucking create a law to regulate tech. So this nigga don't get. And what they said is regulate tech in terms of misleading Boogie V information, COVID information. Basically, that's what they don't want you talking about. They don't want you fucking putting the goddamn narrative, the real shit out about the pandeezy. That's all you want? You want to create? Like, hold on, let me get this straight. You gonna create a law? You're gonna amend the law that was working fine before Elon bought Twitter. It's been working fine for all the rest of these niggas. But now Elon bought Twitter, and you know that this nigga's gonna allow motherfuckers to say what they want. You don't want nobody saying real shit about what's going on with this pandeezy on Twitter. So now we gotta regulate this nigga talking shit about the pandeezy on Twitter. Let's jump to it, y'all. That's how you know this is bullshit. They're trying to create a law to regulate this nigga to keep you niggas from talking free speech. How you gonna fucking create a law to keep niggas from free speech, freedom of speech, when that's the first goddamn amendment? It's not a real law, just so you know. Any law that Congress or the government writes that's repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. That's Marbury versus Madison. So I want y'all to understand this. Just because these niggas write a law doesn't mean it's lawful. That's a real thing. Jay Jax, thank you, sir. It's not a real thing. They write laws repugnant to the Constitution all the time. It's like there's fucking 1,000 of them. But if you don't challenge them, they stay on the books, and then you got to go along with them until you challenge it, and it goes to the court, and then the court takes a look at it and is like, nigga, what the fuck you was doing? This shit ain't, nigga. Get that shit out of here, nigga. So, that's what's getting ready to go down. They're trying to create that. They're trying to amend Section 230. Go look up Section 230, see what that's about. And then then they try to come out. Then Obama comes out and says, nigga, I'm almost a freedom of speech absolutist. Mostly. No, he said mostly. He said, I'm mostly a freedom of speech absolutist. Nigga, what is it? You can't be mostly nothing, nigga. Are you for freedom of speech or are you not? Which is it? And again, you people who are scared of, are afraid of free speech, y'all need to toughen the fuck up. You can't regulate what somebody says. You can only, again, regulate how you take it. That's what this whole shit is for. You're supposed to get here and learn. You're supposed to learn how to take that type of energy and know how not to connect with it. How not to, identify with it, because it's not you. It's called growth. It's called character growth. Not being attached to what someone else says about you is called character growth. Growth in consciousness. Because something outside of you cannot hurt you unless you let it. So I just want to say that, man. They're coming for niggas. But we gonna do it, y'all. And real quick, did y'all see the food terrorism that they got going on? Because again, this is all part of the One World Plan Easy. They about to plan a food shortage. I know y'all seen this. They're saying it's going to be because of Ukraine, right? And the Pandeezy, because a lot of stuff, but the Pandeezy wasn't affecting it's not affecting the distribution or chain supply, right? What they're doing is they're setting all these distribution centers, these food distribution centers on fire. Have y'all seen that shit? Leah P, appreciate you. They're setting all the food distribution centers on fire, y'all. So just to give you an example of how, to let you know this has to be planned. In all of 2021, there was 6 food distribution places that burned down in all of 2021, right? In 2022, it's only what? The end of April, and there have been 16 food distribution fires. Places that, few distribution places, there's been 16 of them. Or farms, 16 food distribution places or farms that have burnt down within the first 4 months of this year alone. They're trying to create some type of food shortage, again, chaos in the system. They're planning for this shit because usually in the store, you only got like 3 days of food in the store. So if they can do another food shortage, get you going crazy again, going to the store and buying up all the goddamn toilet tissue and every fucking thing else, again, order out of chaos or problem, reaction, solution. It's the same goddamn playbook. Y'all keep falling for the fuckery every goddamn time. But I want y'all to watch out for that and just start packing up a little food here and there on the side here. Put a little food there, put a little something over there. Get you some water, put it up over here. Because when they start showing you the shit, you got to start acting like you see it. Don't keep acting like you didn't see this shit, especially if they say it, if you didn't heard it about 3 to 4 times. That's the universe telling you, hey, then get your ass up and start doing some shit. Don't just keep taking this bullshit. So be aware, please, of the food the food thing that's going down right now. It is no joke. 16 facilities burnt down, or farms have burned down in the first 4 months. So please be aware and start stocking up on food. Fucking create your own farms, really. That's really what we need to do. We need to create our own farms. But if you can't do that, please stock up on food. And then, because you don't understand that Russia exports 18% of the world's wheat consumption, right? 18%. Ukraine transports or produces 25% of the world's wheat. So put that together. That's fucking crazy. Is that fucking... That's absolutely crazy. That's close to 50%. 40-something% of the world's wheat is coming from Russia and Ukraine, the two niggas fighting right now that you can't get shit out of. You think they not? And then now put together the 16 burned down food distribution places. Now you see how they're planning for the fucking food thing. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I got 700 of y'all in here. Got 400 something likes. Get on up there. Everybody in here, hit that like button, please. So please be aware and start stocking up on food. Those foods that last for like 25 years, stock up on that shit. Just get you shit just to be prepared. You ain't got to pile up everything and act like you crazy or anything, but just be a little prepared. When they start telling you some shit, just be like, all right, let me just grab Put a little something up under the bed just in case some shit go down. Last couple things in California. Please, I was talking about this last time, but in California, we have a few bills that we have to get on. We talked about one of these bills for New York on Monday on the Zoe White show. But the bills in California are even crazier. So I talked about this before. SB 1390 is a bill to get basically what they're doing right now, because they want these social media companies for if you talk what they say misinformation about the Boogie V, if you putting out misinformation about the Boogie V, they're trying to implement a law where the tech companies have to shadow ban you. Basically they don't promote your stuff. That's the law, that these tech companies don't promote your post. They have to legally shadow ban you if you put out misinformation about the Boogie V. That's SB 1390 in California. I'm telling you, everybody, before this damn election, we can probably get some petitions together. If we get enough signatures on petitions, you can get the bill taken off the ballot. So y'all know this. Y'all gotta understand government, y'all. Y'all gotta start understanding government and law. If y'all don't want a law being passed, get out there and get signatures on a petition. Because if you get enough signatures on the petition, I think it's like 1.5 million, then or something like that, depending on, I guess, the state. But you get enough signatures. Sometimes it's a few 100,000 actually, depending if it's locally. But if you get enough signatures, you can get the bill. You can get the bill taken off the ballot, so they can't even be voted on, let alone take it down, let alone voted against. So that's what y'all got to start doing. Y'all got to start getting together and doing these. So SB 1390 in California, that's the bill to stop your voice, like on Twitter. What they trying to do with Section 230 is to try to regulate your speech on tech companies. So California, get out there, get against that bullshit. The other bill in California is AB 1993. That's the bill that will mandate all employees and independent contractors in California to get the cupcake. Y'all understand? they making you think this whole shit is over, while they got bills to make this shit permanent. If you an employee or an independent contractor in California, they want to make it permanent, or until they say the cat says there's no more emergency. But as y'all just saw, the district court took took part of their power away, said, you niggas don't got the right to be doing this and saying that. So it's a battle going on right now, y'all. I hope y'all understand that everybody at the top ain't all for this. And there's a major battle going in between all these motherfuckers at the top. We got to get on the right side. Whatever the fuck these niggas got going in the past, the right side right now is the motherfuckers who trying to save your rights, your constitutional rights. Because after that, with your constitutional rights, you can do anything else with that. But if you don't have those, you can't do anything else. So let's get on that right now. So AB 1993, excuse me, AB 1990. So that stands for Assembly Bill. So SB stands for Senate Bill. AB stands for Assembly Bill. Assembly Bill 1993. Basically, all you employees, you don't have a choice. They say you ain't gonna have a choice. You got to get hokied up if this bill passes. So let's get this bill taken off the ballot in California. And anybody watching this, if you in California and you don't work for yourself, y'all should be mashing out about this. Like, y'all should be mashing out about this, because if it passes in November, y'all fucked. Y'all seen what's going on with the damn juices and shit, what's in them. Y'all crazy if y'all motherfucking allow them to force you to do this. So get on it. If you're an employee, either become an entrepreneur right now. You better start your own business, or you niggas gonna have to get that damn that hokey unless you get a petition going to get it off the ballot, or drum up enough publicity for it to take it down, to vote it down if you don't get enough signatures on the ballot. But then the other bill is AB AB 2098. That's Assembly Bill 2098 in California. That bill says it's unlawful for doctors to speak out against the hokey, against the pandeezy. Basically, doctors can't put out misinformation about the hokey juice or the pandeezy, or they can have their licenses taken away. They're trying to shut up the fucking doctors, y'all. These are scientists who, if there's anybody able to say or challenge the damn narrative, it would be the damn doctors who are dealing with it every day. But they're trying to say that these niggas ain't qualified enough to fucking talk against the authority, the government authority that was going to put this shit out. So they got to get shut up. AB 2098 in California. If y'all ain't on this shit, y'all crazy. It's a lot of these doctors who are really riding for this shit. And they just can't say anything because of what's going on. But if they make it law, they really can't say nothing. So please, 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 everybody, y'all get on your civil duty if you in California and get the word out about specifically these 3 bills. Again, gonna run them off again because y'all have to know. AB 2098. That's the bill that keeps doctors from talking out against the hokey or the pandeezy when they're authorities on it. They have all the science and all the school and knowledge in the world, but they can't speak out on it. SB 1390 that allows them to take you off the platform like Twitter or shadow ban you on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube if you talk out against the hokey or the pandeezy. And then AB 1993 makes you have to mandates the hokey for you if you're an employee or an independent contractor in California. So, hey, like I said, get out there and get on your damn duty because ain't nobody gonna help you from this but you. Sorry, ain't nobody out there gonna help you from this or you. Nobody even really knows about this. These are local bills that they sponsor, that they put, that no one knows about. No one knows about local government. So they just put this shit out and let it float without anyone knowing. But now you know, so now if you're in California, get your job done. And if you're not in California and you know somebody in California, inform them. Please, 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 please. If you know somebody in California, get the word out in California. Last couple things. Did you guys hear about this dude named Carl E. Amon? Search him up. His name is Carl E. Amon. You spell his name Ammann. Carl A. Amon. And this dude, Carl A. Amon, excuse me. And this dude invented the electric atmospheric generator. An electricity atmospheric generator, meaning there's an atmospheric generator, but where you can basically pull the air and create water. Go look it up. It's called an atmospheric water generator, right? You can look it up right now. That's what that's what this brother was trying to save Flint with. But in 1921, yes, 1921, this dude named Carl E. Amon invented an electricity atmospheric generator. Basically, it could create electricity from the fucking air. And he would do it with a few metals and minerals inside this goddamn thing. He wouldn't let nobody see what it was. And go look for the article. There's an article in the Denver newspaper from 1921. Go punch it up. Carl E. Amon. You can Google it. That article will come up. Holy shit. Free energy car. He had an electric car in 1921 and had an electricity generator that could fucking power the car. Where that shit at now? Where the fuck that go? Completely gone. Pew! Pew! That nigga, where is that damn technology? An atmospheric electricity generator in 1921? 100 years ago? You had this shit? And it worked. They said that nigga had the car driving all around Denver with the motherfucker. They were in it. It was witnesses. That's why it's in the newspaper. They were like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. They got all the car dealers tripping about it. They were like, oh my God, we don't know how it works. And they say, well, can we look inside? He was like, nope. Hell no, you can't look inside. But it was an electricity atmospheric generator who generated the car. We have this technology, y'all. And Elon is basically just working off a piece of this technology, right? So, but we have the technology to be sustainable, to do what we want to do. We just have to understand and find this information. Tesla came up, the real Nikola Tesla came up with free energy way back then. This is basically what he's working off of. The same thing that Nikola Tesla was talking about. So if we got any engineers out there, any melanated brother engineers who sucking up this, any engineers period, but especially any melanated engineers who sucking up this vibration with your melanin, get out there and start recreating this stuff. There's nothing to say that we can't recreate this. Get in the goddamn, get in your garage and start fucking with shit. Electricity, start messing around with stuff. Get on YouTube, start looking at electricity videos and all this type. Go look at Electro Boom. That's a dude who deals with electricity and all that, teaches you all about electricity and stuff. Excuse me, his name is Electro Boom. But man, I just wanted to tell y'all that because that tripped me the fuck out. In 1921, we had a car or a generator that can generate electricity from the air and power an electric car. And we don't see none of that today. They also had a car back in the day that can run 1,000 miles on water. That dude, you don't see that dude no more either. Narc Exposer, appreciate you, thank you. What was that? Oh, no, you're welcome, bro. You're welcome. So, I just wanted y'all to be hip to that, please. I want to get us some engineers. I want to get some engineers so we can start recreating that stuff. Because if cats are creating this in 1921 without any of the damn technology that we have today, we fucking around. There's no easy way to say that. We're bullshitting. Seriously, we're absolutely bullshitting. So let's get that together, y'all. Let's get some of our engineer minded, our super smart people on that. And the last thing. Told you, make sure y'all get your gold and silver. If y'all want to learn more about gold, y'all can get this book right here, The ABCs of Gold Investing. But if they're going to upset the system, oh, that's by it's by Michael J. the Corsairs. Michael A. Corsair. What do you know? So, but if you're not on that, please get on it. It's there's two places I want to send you to. The first one is always Dr. G at Get Paid More, MOOR, MOOR.com, getpaidmore.com, and you can buy it from her. She's a broker of the gold and silver. But if you want to get some other different, there's some different type of coins where they print on the silver, right? And so that actually increases the value. So you can go to a place called APMEX, APMEX, APMEX.com. They got what they call novelty coins, but they're imprinted with like MCU. You can get Iron Man on your coin, silver, real silver, 99.999% silver coin with Iron Man. They got a whole Star Wars line. Obviously, I'm on that. One of the homies, Chris, he got my coins. I'm coming for you, Chris, nigga. I'm coming for you. I'm about to get all them coins. But they got Darth Vader, Baby Yoda, Real Yoda, R2-D2, all these coins. These are called novelty coins, or these prints on them will increase the value of these coins in the future. They also have them in gold. So you can buy these coins in gold as well. But they got Lord of the Rings coins. They got a coin with the ring on it that said for the power of the ring or some shit. Man, this is dope. So these are two places you can get it. Dr. G, get them from Dr. G. Or if you want novelty coins and stuff like that, that may increase a little bit more in value, you can go to apmex.com. That's APMEX.com. And show me your coins. If you go there and you get some of the novelty coins, show me which ones you get. I'm Star Wars and MCU, y'all. That's my shit. Those are my two shit. I fuck with other shit too, but Star Wars and MCU, I'll smash any of y'all on some knowledge on that. That's my shit right there. I'm a big nerd. Big ass nerd. So get on your gold and silver because they're trying to flip the system. And again, The last part, please start learning your rights, y'all. Make sure y'all get over there and please, please, please get on the law game. Y'all know what it is. Know your rights manual, everything you need to know about traffic stops and Terry stops, which are police stops on foot, so that the police don't hem you up with lies and railroad you into jail. You guys have to know that they do that quite a bit. Sorry to tell you. So, but also, this is what you want to have when you're in the car. Constitutional rights card. Constitutional rights card right there. And, excuse me, and the qualified immunity card right there. It's a constitutional rights card. You hand it to them. You say, I don't answer questions. And it tells the police officers what happened to them if they violate your constitutional rights. It says that on the back right there. Excuse me. Then this is the qualified immunity card. Lets them know that they lose that qualified immunity. Qualified immunity, you know, is the armor that the Supreme Court gave them for if they violate your constitutional rights without knowingly violating your constitutional rights. So if you film them saying that you're in danger of violating my constitutional rights, officer, and then they do it, then they can't claim that they didn't know and they lose their qualified immunity. So that's the whole purpose of this card. It's giving them notice that they're in danger of violating your constitutional rights and losing that qualified immunity, right? So that's right there. And then this is the card that lets them know all the laws that says that. The very first one, which is Malley versus Briggs, is the very first case that's up there. It says a police officer or public official loses their qualified immunity when they knowingly violate the law or are plainly incompetent. So if you can show them being plainly incompetent, they lose their qualified immunity too. Just so y'all know, they don't just win all the time. They lose actually a lot more than they win. But when they win, we don't get to say that they won. We don't get to say that we won because one of the stipulations is that no, you don't admit guilt, or the police officers don't. The police department doesn't have to admit guilt. Hold on. Sorry. So the police, Yogi Fish, hello, man, appreciate you. So the police officer doesn't have to admit guilt. So that's why we do win a lot, but we have to start making these things be on the book. These wins go on the book. So I'll give you an example. We were watching a police stop law class. Make sure you guys sign up to patreon.com /Real Nagas if you want to do the status classes or police stop law class, which is what we do every Sunday. But in one of the classes, they were showing that these brothers were shooting on their property. Oh, Dr. Naka, appreciate you. They were shooting guns on their property when the police officer was doing a report on the land. So they went back there, the police officer hemmed them up and all this and that, right? Basically, they were lawfully doing what they were supposed to be able to do on their property. But the police lied and said they couldn't shoot after dark, and they didn't, you know, they had to give over their ID when they didn't do anything wrong. See, this is why you have to know the law. But these brothers did know, and they said, no, we didn't do anything wrong. So they took them to jail. And the brothers sued, right? So 2 brothers, they sued. Now, the police officers, the police force, they knew they was wrong, so they offered them a deal. One of the brothers took the deal. We don't know how much he got, but he got paid. He got paid. The other brother said, no, we're gonna go all the way we're gonna go all the way. When he went all the way, his case was flawed. He didn't charge them with the right things. So he lost ultimately, and the one brother got paid. But because the one brother got paid, it shows that the police didn't lose at all. It shows that basically because they don't admit guilt, and then they lost and they won the second case. So just to show you, you do win. You do win quite a bit. So you got to fight back. So please start doing that. Make sure you get your Know Your Rights manual. When they do violate your rights fully, just go get that bond, that police insurance right here. This is becoming famous right now, y'all. I hope y'all know. I'm so happy that this line of this way to get back at them is becoming famous. They can't hide it anymore, just so y'all know. So they have police insurance. You can place a claim on that police insurance when they violate your rights. They can't work, or at the very least, they can't work on the street. They got to be inside the house at a desk job until the claim is satisfied, meaning until the investigation is done. They cannot work. And if a police officer is working without a bond, you can sue the city. Did y'all know that? You can sue the city. Or if a judge is trying to railroad you and you think a judge is biased, then you can pull the judge's bond. All these people have goddamn checks and balances that y'all don't know about. But when you do, you can go enforce those things. So right here. And then the back it has the laws that you go look this up. So it does, right here, these are the, you have to go find what the law says in your state. So right here, these are all the state laws involving your bonds in the back. All right. So these are all the state laws involving your bonds. So go ahead and grab that. And you guys know we got the vaccine religious exemption card. Now for the last 3 days, we got the 27th. So until May 1st, I will put this in the package. I will give you the package for free if you order the great book, A Melanin Research from realnagas.com. I will give you the law package for free. As y'all know, that's how it goes. But I don't put this in here usually. I will be doing this for the last few days of April. All right. This is the deal. I will throw this in with the free package for the last 3 days of April. So you got to hit me up. Don't hit me up on May 1st because everybody know, anybody who's hit me up on on the next day, I won't give it to you. Sorry. Sorry if you didn't get the notice and you didn't see the video sooner. Sorry. But again, before April ends, if you order, I will give you that. If you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, everything they've been learning on you for the last 116 years on why you are superheroes and why you should be watching that TV show Conchu. Damn it. If y'all ain't watching that, y'all full of shit. Y'all bullshitting right now. Y'all are bullshitting. Also, there's a book I just want to recommend. If y'all, I put this in the video last time, but I didn't show it to you. Serpent Grail. This talks about the royal families and the blood rituals and stuff they do and all the serpent symbolism behind it. So you'll start to see what's going on right now. Go get this book, The Serpent Grail by Lawrence Gardner. Make sure y'all get that. But again, make sure you cop the Know Your Rights Foundation package. If you can go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org if you want the package without the Great Book of Melanin Research, or you want to volunteer. We're getting so many volunteers in right now. We basically have a community law school, y'all. Basically, that's what we started a law school, a community law school, and it's dope because everybody is having fun, everybody's learning. It is the dopest thing. You come in, it's literally more like family. There's no, it's not stuffy. You link up with people who may be in your state who are close to you, and you learn. We have law schools, we have law classes 3 times a week. I think it's Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And people are learning, y'all. So if you want to learn, and so you can go out and be a representative of Know Your Rights Foundation in your community and start to put the mash on, get on over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and just send us a message that you want to volunteer. And Tish will get back to you ASAP on letting you know where to go fill out the questionnaire and everything else. But we appreciate everybody who is volunteering because we can teach you everything about the law. I can teach you every goddamn thing about the law. We got flashcards to teach you. I ain't tell you about that. Yeah, this also, so the flashcards also come with the book, and only 1 deck of flashcards. Just want to say, only 1 deck of flashcards come with the book, not 2. You don't get both volumes. People hit me up thinking you get both of these. You don't get both of these. You get one or the other. Specify which one you want. But we can teach you the law, but I can't give you I can't teach you motivation to learn. So if you're truly motivated to learn and you want to put the mash down, no matter what you got to do, get on over to Know Your Rights Foundation. We can teach you, but I cannot give you motivation. That ain't gonna come from me. That's got to come from you. And you're going to join a team of people who are self-motivated, and that's going to get this shit done. So that's it for me right now. I got an interview, I think, that I've been holding her off for the last half hour. If you're watching this, sorry, Kanisha. I'm going to hit you up right now, though. And everybody else, appreciate y'all. Thank everybody for the super chats. Make sure y'all guys get out to Beal Sauce, bealsauce.com, BEALE sauce.com. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Make sure y'all support these melanated businesses. And I'm out. Deuces.